Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to What the Hell Did I Just Watch with me, your host, Oscar Reeling. Yes, indeed, this is episode 24. The moon is full and the wares are out. Yes, we are talking Werewolves just a few nights ago, indeed. Let's get right down to business. Everybody is welcome here. Welcome each and every one of you brave, true, epic adventurers. If you are new here, welcome. You're in for a treat. Let's hope you are. If you've been here before, you know what madness you're in for. That's why this show is called What the Hell Did I Just Watch? Indeed, upon this very episode 24, we're rocking it epically wild. We're trying to stick with it. We're trying to bring that mayhem. We're talking full moon, clear skies. The wares are out. We're talking werewolves. Indeed, it is bliss. It is beautiful. Truly, it is delicious. Yes, that is nectar. That is a creation from above. Sex in a mug. Sex in, oh, it's so good. It's coffee and it's delicious. We'll talk about that at some point, but yes, there are many forms of wares if you do believe and you have researched. There are werewolves, there are were-dragons, were-tigers, even were-bears. Yes, were-bears. Each different form of were is triggered, and as we know, werewolves are triggered by the full moon. And if you are highly skilled and of course have the practice and stuff, there's different forms. You can be aware and you can transform when you do so wish. Yes, you have control, you hold the power, you hold the key, but more savagery wares transform only once a month via the power and the illuminating shimmer of the full moon, the clear skies and the full moon. Yes, of course, if the night is cloudy and the clouds are out and the skies are not clear, then you are safe and secure. But depending on the strength and the power of this crystal moon light, you may still transform. Yes, indeed, werewolves are epic. Werewolves are awesome. Truly, I am a fan. More myself, I see maybe a were-dragon, a dragon wolf, something like that. Or perhaps a were-dragon because I am fiery and I do like to add that spice, my damn. Yes, and I'm wild, flying, falling, drifting everywhere it is. And I've been told I had a bit of fire, a bit of heat, a bit of spice to a lot of people's lives. So that's why I'm a dragon. Absolutely bliss. Now, there are many, yeah, that's a word, many epic creations that involve the wolves of were. Now, they spell were as in W-E-R-E, but in some cases it's were as in wear, wearing the skin, wearing the pelt, wearing the form of the wolf, like in the TV show The Order. If you've seen that, I thought that was quite kick-ass. I mean, the way that they left season 1, my damn, at the time, back in the day when we watched that, when it first came out, we rocked it wild, me and my brother, in one night. All 10 episodes, stayed up from start to finish. Absolutely epic, and they left it, and then time passed and season 2 finally came out. So yeah, I mean, the way that holy hell, they did us dirty. But in that season, in that creation, they are wares. Spoiler alert, I do apologise, I should have said that, but if you've not seen it by now, what are you doing? But they wear the skin, they wear the felt, or the pelt, the form of the wolf, and it's like the wand. The were chooses the wearer. The were chooses the beholder. And if you are gifted this ability, then it comes with a lot of gifts, a lot of forms. Like you've got, you know, it's, in heightened abilities, everything and all: smell, sight, sound, you know, supersonic healing. You can boom heal it like that. You know, I mean, certain forms of wear are, you know, ultraviolet light. I mean, that's more vampires, but in some cases, if it's strong enough, it can burn the flesh. But it's more silver and whatnot, and sort of blessed items indeed. But some wares are strong enough that they do not fear silver. They do not fear forms of silver bullets, silver daggers, anything like that. Even in the case of the Goosebumps, or Goosebumps the movie with Jack Black, 2015, if I've got that correct, silver teeth. Silver teeth. There is, that scene where, silver teeth. So Jaws, and I don't mean Jaws the shark, I mean Jaws the Bond villain. He had the steel silver teeth, so if the wares are attacking him, biting and clawing, then he has an epic defense at his hand, at his disposal. But so the Order is a hell of a series for that form of wares. And what was it? What am I thinking? What was the I've lost it. What was it? It wasn't... I'm trying to think now. Was it Craven? It wasn't Craven, was it? Was it Craven? Craven the Hunter? I'm trying to think. I'm going back. There was a movie that I watched. I've seen it a few times. I watched it not that long ago, but I can't remember the name of it, where one of the characters in there was a were-cheater. He was blessed with the form of a were-cheater, the gifts of transforming into... Oh, was it a leopard? Anyway, he transformed into that. It was more a different form of were. And there's a superhero movie, I think it's Russian. I think it's Russian. What's it called? I should know this. But anyway, one of the characters, one of the heroes in there is a werebear. He has the ability to transform into a tank like Goliath of a bear. And of course, we all know the classic werewolf creations where we see the traditional wares of the werewolf, where the main character, the protagonist, the chosen, is bitten or scratched by another were, or I guess in some cases is born into that bloodline. If you are born into that bloodline and you have the bloodline running through your veins, you are elder, you are stronger, you have more power and knowledge and wisdom, but not necessarily you are the top. You are not the alpha in most cases. Like in Teen Wolf, the TV show, if you've seen that, hellfire to the yes. There was many bloodlines, not all of them were alphas, but then they did become alphas, because to become an alpha, you have to kill an alpha unless you are gifted the true honour and the true power of a pure, unfiltered alpha, which is possible. Slap in the madness. If you are strong-willed, strong at heart, have the power and the desire and the attitude of never give up, never give in, this is never over, keep on rocking, bring that mayhem, then you do not have to kill an alpha to become an alpha. You'll be gifted the pure, unfiltered heart of the alpha, where you will evolve, you will transform, and you will become a dominant, pure-hearted alpha in yourself. So if you can do that, then hellfire to the yes, bring that mayhem. You don't have to kill to be on top. No, you don't at all. I mean, there's many things where you don't have to kill to be on top. I'll let you figure that out. Indeed, that's just me. That's just me being wild, being wacky, being crazy. But it's true. And, you know, speaking of weres or werewolves, if you want to call them by their full name, werewolves, they have the power and heightened abilities. So, as I have learned, as I have studied, if you become aware by bloodline or being bitten, as they say, cursed with the mark of the wolf, then your abilities become heightened: hunger, thirst, and so yeah, you get extremely, you know, ravenous for yes, indeed, and throughout cinema and TV culture, creations and craft, we have seen that, and also through the encyclopedias and the textbooks and the information gathered to us, we have witnessed that and we have read that wears. I mean, I might be one because my drive is. It's always been that high. Like, it's never, like, I might be aware. I might not even, I might not know it, or I might, well, I mean, that's questionable because I'm always up there. I'm always, and I can't control it sometimes. And it's, so I might be aware. I might be a werewolf. So yeah, I might have to look into that deeper for certain reasons. Yes, that's the thing. And that is true. That is true. So yeah, and of course we all know the famous creations of werewolf cinema history and werewolf TV show history. I mean, we've got the OG Hammer House Wolfman back in the early days. The special effects and the crafts and creations on there were absolutely amazing. And of course, we've got legend, myth, reality, accounts, scripture from many years before. We've even got the encyclopedias with the diagrams and the ledgers of the evolvement of the wolf, how the original, as they say, curse began, where it formed, and who the first ever were to walk the earth was, whoever the first werewolf to walk the earth was. All the scripture is there. If you've got the book and you've read it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're thinking as well, we can also jump onto furries. We can, if you want to jump onto furries, but we'll have to do that in perhaps another episode, because werewolves, weres, and furries, in some cases, they may be same. You know, they may be on the same level. They may be on the same sort of category. But I guess in a way, you know, werewolves are supposed to be savage, vicious, bloodthirsty flesh eaters, and furries are supposed to be cute, adorable, fluffy, playful. I mean, in some cases, furries have the same drive, you know, of, you know, as the werewolves. It's up here, and, you know, if you... Yeah, meet and greets and all that energy. But a lot of the time they're just awesome, they're just epic, they're just so fluffy, they're adorable, they're just amazing. You know, and there is some, you know, werewolf furries, some fur wares indeed. If you look out and about, I know quite a few. Some wild ones that exist upon here, this planet Earth, that we call home. Hellfire to the S, bring that mayhem, keep that energy up, always be you. You're absolute legends, we love you, we love you. So yeah, if you want to hear more about those, of course, I'm sure, well, there is most definitely scriptures and information, possibly encyclopedias. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't an encyclopedia. There needs to be one. And I'm talking encyclopedia on furries. I know, so I'm taking a minute. I know that there's an encyclopedia, scripture, books, knowledge, information, myth, legend, fact, fiction, all this, that, and the other, on werewolves. It's all there. You can grab that, read it, research it, dig down, deep down into the rabbit hole. Welcome to Werewolf Land. Yes! yes, Werewolf Land. I mean, they did a Zombie Land. They did 2 Zombie Lands. They did a Tomorrow... Was it Tomorrowland? Or Tomorrow World? No, Tomorrowland. And then they did... what was it? What was the one with... was it Amusement Land? No, what was it? Oh, yeah. Set in the 70s where they were in the theme park. Adventureland, I think that's it. So why not a Werewolf Land or a Werewolf World? Think about it. I mean, speaking of werewolves, I was going to jump into, like I was saying, the Hammer House original OG Wolfman, and then they remade the OG Wolfman back in 2010. That's top of my head, I think that might be right. I could be wrong, but if 2000, because I remember seeing that in the cinemas. I remember going back in the day, 2010, going to the cinemas to see. Holy hell! And I've got it on DVD. I've seen that movie so many times. I love that movie. Love the OG. I possess the OG. I possess the remake, and of course, I've got Nosferatu as well. 1928, I think. Yes, but yeah, I remember going in 2010, if I remember that correctly, to see the Wolfman, the remake, because it was absolutely bliss, absolutely hellfire to the yes. I might have to rewatch that. I might have to dig that out and rewatch that. But yeah, cinema history, and of course I was just going to mention quickly because I saw the trailer to it just the other day, and holy hell, it's coming out in December of this very year, I believe, if I've got that correct. If I haven't, please let me know. I will look into that. Werewolves. It is basically the Purge meets, I think, the underworld, they said, where everybody in this here earth we call home possesses a werewolf gene, and one night a year where the moon is full, the moon is revealed, the shimmer, the crystal light shines down upon everybody. They have the choice to step out, to bask and bathe in its gripping, wrapping light and transform into their true form, their true selves, to become their were, to unleash the beast. Or they can hide, survive, stay low, or they can jump out and fight, slaughter and kill all the wares, and become, the saviour of the masses. And indeed, and it looks really, really good, and I cannot wait. I mean, there's like one called, there was one called The Werewolves, or Werewolf, and it was set, I think it was a Swedish film, and oh god, if I've got this correct, I hope I have, because I can see it in my head, I can see it visually in my head. I think it's a Swedish film, could be French. Beautiful film, and it's set in this village, this like sort of small village, and all the villagers are werewolves. And if I remember correctly, there's like these people that come across, like travellers that stop into the town, and of course they don't know, the story of the town, and they're just like passing through. We're just passing through, and the townspeople are very kind, very friendly, and they're like, make sure you be gone by nightfall, because that was very young. Make sure you be gone by nightfall, very Yorkshire. But yeah, it's either Swedish or French or something like that. I think it's a Swedish film. Could be wrong. If I am, please do correct me. Please do let me know. I like to learn, but I will look that up. But yeah, these travellers, these explorers, adventurers, wanderers pass through. They're stopping through, and they're really nice. And all the townsfolk are very helpful, sort of saying, we'll help you. And they're like, make sure you be gone by nightfall, because, as a matter of fact, they happen to be stopping through on the one night of the month where the moon is full, the skies are clear, and everybody in that town becomes a werewolf. What are the chances they happen to be journeying through this town at that exact moment in time? It's like, oh yeah, we couldn't have done it, 2 days before or 3 days after, or, So yeah, that's how the movie goes, and that is like absolute bliss, because Of course, they're not be gone by nightfall. They're still there, rocking it wild. They're like, well, it's getting late. We might as well spend the night, in our wagon, all this, that and the other. Get a room at the inn. It's because it's a very small village, very retro, very old school, classic medieval. And then, of course, they sort of realise something's amiss when the moon is at its peak, and, they hear a lot of sort of thing like, what the hell's that? Badam, mayhem ensues, rocket wild. I think it is called Werewolves, or The Werewolves, something like that, or The Wolves. I don't know. I can picture the cover as well, and the writing is like white and slashed with all that blood on it, if I've got it correct. But yeah, check that one out. And of course, the new movie that's coming in this December called Werewolves. Cannot wait for that. The Purge meets The Underworld. Two epic kick-ass movies. I've seen The Underworld countless times. I've seen The Purge countless times. I'm a big, big fan. I wish they'd have done more. They did a series as well. A little slower than, of course, the movies. Because, of course, each episode is each sort of participant or de-participant in the Purge, whether they're taking part or surviving or doing certain twisted things. I won't spoil it for you. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. But I've seen all the Purge movies countless times. I've seen the series. It is worth a watch altogether. I wish they'd done more, but they rocked what they rocked, and I was happy with it. And now they're doing The Underworld meets The Purge, Werewolves Survival, one night a year. Holy hell, I cannot wait for that. And then, of course, you've got American Werewolf in London, which is an OG classic. I've seen that countless times. I own a copy of that. It is beautiful. It is bliss. I absolutely love that movie. And, of course, the follow-up, American Werewolf in Paris, the city of love, the city of romance, the city of elegant bliss, and of course the city of the full moon, the howling wolf and all that. And of course there's wolf, there's beast within, there's dog soldiers, there's, what else is there? There's howling, cursed, tooth. I think there's one called Tooth, which is about werewolves. There's a lot of ones called. There's one called Wolf. There's a lot of variations. A werewolf castle, bitten, the beast within. Did I say that one? I think I did. What was it? Was there one called My Babysitter's a Werewolf, or am I thinking of My Babysitter's a Vampire? Because no, there's one called I Woke Up a Vampire. So I think it is My Babysitter's a Werewolf or My Babysitter's a Wolf. If I'm remembering correctly, I might not be, because I watch tons, like just inhale movie, like memorabilia, movie creations, TV show, like I watch them all, get them in, breathe, and they're in me, and yeah, and of course there's Van Helsing. There's also the Van Helsing series, the Van Helsing movie. We love Van Helsing series, which entails all kinds. It's got werewolves, it's got vampires, it's got Frankenstein's monster, it's got banshees, it's got bats, all this, that, and the other. So it's got them all. Yeah. I think there's no dragons in there. I didn't mention. Oh, it's got Jekyll and Hyde as well. Jekyll and Hyde is in there. Opening scene in the cathedral where Quasimodo lives. Oh yes, please. Beautiful cinematography, artwork at its best. Absolutely beautiful. Go watch that if you've not seen that. Delicious. And no, I don't think. I was thinking The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but I don't think that possesses werewolves. I could be wrong, but I don't think that has werewolves in. No, again, that has Jekyll and Hyde in it, and it has Dorian Gray in it as well. That is so, yes, please. That is a hell of a movie, but there's no wares in there, I do not believe, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, there's a lot. Like Howl is a hell of a movie. That is one to watch. That is Howl is I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the train service is in hell of a shape. It's twisted, it's demonic, it is messed up, it's it needs sorting. But Howl is literally about train lines journeying, and then they have a malfunction. Because why not? You're late, you need a train, they're either cancelled, delayed, or replaced with a replacement bus service, or something happens, and you think, what is going on? It's disgusting. I'm getting off on a rant, I probably shouldn't. But basically, Howl is an epic movie, it's a hell of a movie. It's basically the trains rocking it wild, and then werewolves get thrown in to the madness, and you're thinking, well, if the train lines weren't bad enough, here's some werewolves, you're all in trouble, get out of it. That's literally what that one is. Dog Soldiers, that is one of my all-time favourite werewolf movies. Absolutely love some Dog Soldiers. It's about a platoon of soldiers, there you go, on a training exercise in the woods, the wilderness. So there's a group of them. I don't think there's that many. I think it's about 10 or 12 of them. Maybe a little more. So like a rounded-ish number. There's a decent size. It's a squadron. It's a military squadron. So whatever sort of standard size that is, they're training in the wilderness, in the woods, with everything they have. And of course, all their ammo and stuff is fake, for the exercise. So what happens is, this is spoilers. If you don't want to know, then please skip ahead through time, because in fact, I can just give you the outline of what happens, which you see in the trailer anyway. I mean, you see more in the trailer, because a lot of the trailers show you all the kick-ass bits, and you think, get that in my face now. But the outline is, they're training in the wilderness. They've got everything they need, the ammo is fake, and they're doing what they're doing, and they start witnessing some weird things, like dead animals that are torn to shreds and eaten, and whatnot. And then they stumble across another team that they didn't know was there, that weren't supposed to be there. A hush mission, secret. And basically that team is annihilated. Blood, guts, gore, brains, and more. Like, literally, yeah. So they're like, what's going on? They search them, they look around, and they sort of say, oh, well, whatever happened here must have happened like that. I mean, I don't know why I'm rocking it, because it wasn't a rocky moment. I mean, it was a rocky moment, it was a ho-ho moment. It was... Because each and every one of the soldiers has full magazines. Not one shot was fired, not one round left the chamber of any weapon there. So whatever happened like a flash. And then, of course, they search the area, things happen, they find things, they discover things, and then madness ensues, and you can guess what the hell happens next. Utter carnage, but it's delicious, and it's bliss, and it's beautiful. Holy hell. One of my all-time favourite werewolf movies, alongside American Werewolf in London. The transformation scenes you've got to pick out in these werewolf movies, the transformation scenes in Howl, in American Werewolf in London, in Dog Soldiers. Absolutely bliss, absolutely beautiful. In Teen Wolf, the series as well, and of course in Teen Wolf, the movie. Oh, Michael J. Fox, absolute legend. Love that transformation scene. Snap, and the wolf is out, and then of course, and his father. I love the special effects. 80s pure werewolf bliss. Hellfire to the yes. Just beautiful. So yeah, like, we love it. Oh, and in Being Human as well. Oh, and the Underworld. There's so many we can talk about. We could probably jump on to another episode. We could probably jump back. And if you do want more on furries as well, if you want to know more about furries and the intertwined details. If you do not know them, please do let me know. Speak loud, speak proud. Leave a comment down below. Let me hear your voice. It matters, truly it does. And we can jump into the realm of furries and the others, because there's more than just furries. If you know, you know. And I know. Don't ask me how. You can ask if you want, and I will answer honestly. I will indeed. But yeah, there's so many. And if you haven't read any of the scriptures, any of the books, any of the encyclopedias, the information gathered about werewolves, about the original OG history of how the curse began, how the spell was crafted, how the original were was brought into existence, and how all this information over the centuries, over the years, over the time and space of evidence gathered and witnessed of wares and things like that, and the beauty of the full moon, the power of the full moon, because it is a strong one. The power of the full moon is nothing to be messed with. Like, it is insane. Like, you can build weapons from it, you can control things from it, you can evolve and transform from it, and of course, I will say it, in certain moments, in certain minds, in certain beliefs, you can actually step inside the moon, because it is a ship left here eons ago by the OG originators of life. Yes, indeed, inside the moon. Behold, yes, I'm speaking of Moonfall, the movie Moonfall. If you've not seen that movie, get that in your face, get that in your mind. We could do an episode on that, because that is a hell of a movie. I do love Moonfall, which basically presents the theory, the reality, the truth, the information that the moon is a ship, is a mega structure. I do apologise, spoiler alert, but you find that out in the trailer, if you've seen the trailer. They give a lot. I'm saying they give a lot away in trailers nowadays. Like, you watch the trailer and you think, well, I've just seen the entire movie. I know exactly what's happening. I know exactly what it's about. I mean, you don't know how it begins. You don't know how it ends. You don't know the middle. You see fragments and pieces pieced together. Like, there's been times I'm offside ranting now where I've seen trailers and there's been lines in there at certain moments, but they've been clipped from other moments, and you think, oh, they say these lines or they do these things at this very moment, but they're clipped together in a way to trick the eye, to trick the mind, where you're thinking, oh, this is where they jump and they say that, and it's not that moment. You saw that in the trailer, but it's not that moment. Marvel are very good at doing that, but we get sneaky, we get in, we get close and personal, and we examine, we frame by frame, because we want to seek the truth. Indeed we do. So yeah, this episode 24 of What the Hell Did I Just Watch has been about werewolves indeed. If you want to know more about werewolves, we can return with another episode 25, and we can talk more. If you do, speak loud, speak proud, let me know, leave a comment down below. And of course, if you want to know about furries and, the beasts within the fluffiness that lies within, please do let me know also, because we can talk about that. So, I have been your host, Oscar Riedlin. This has been What the Hell Did I Just Watch? And you might be asking yourself that very question, because we covered a lot in here. And of course, I did not mention Vampire Diaries, some of the OG favourites. They possess werewolves 2, and Vampire Diaries has some beautiful crafted werewolf transformation scenes. If you've not seen Vampire Diaries, go watch that, because a lot of these werewolf crafts and creations are set in the realm of mystic, the realm of the creatures. So you'll have werewolves, you'll have vampires, you'll have goblins, you'll have demons, you'll have reapers, you'll have harpies, banshees, you know, mermaids, ghouls, goblins. You'll have the lot. You'll have them all. So yeah, check that out if you haven't seen Vampire Diaries, but it is an OG classic. Well, I won't say OG because it's not original, but, well, I mean, I guess a way it is original, because, you know, there's some stuff in there that they do that, you know, is not done anywhere else. So I guess it is an OG, yeah. Absolutely loved it, absolutely blessed. Get that watched, let me know what you think. I've been your host, Oscar Riedlin. This has been What the Hell Did I Just Watch, episode 24, Werewolves, Where's the Moon is Full, the stars are bright, there's going to be a lot of howling tonight. Rock it wild. Stay groovy, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the very, very next episode of What the Hell Did I Just Watch. Stay safe out there, and howl it wild when the moon shimmers bright.